Bar TV Sports would like to thank Top Better. Get in the game at topbetter.com.au. And Cornelia's Crump, the Bar TV Sports beverage of choice. And Rams Loans for supporting the 2016 NHRU Premiership.
Well, we are live, everybody, for Bar TV Sports feature match of the round. We're here at Passmore Oval today, where Hamilton are taking on Merewether Carlton. Hamilton Hawks playing for this minor premiership. They need to keep winning. Such is the space between the top two sides. And Merewether Carlton, well, they need to keep winning to consolidate their third spot on this Rams NHRU Premiership table. And with us today in the feature match, he's not a preacher, he is a teacher though, Dan Garner, injured Merewether Carlton, former captain, played about 150, 200 games. I've lost count after 90. Yeah, but how are you, Dan?
Good, mate. I'm a maths teacher and I can't count that well either, mate.
But you are across string theory, which we'll delve into a little bit later for our nightly show. In any case, it's going to be a big match here today, Dan. Both sides, I think there was 1 point in the first round earlier on in the year. Merewether Carlton with a few changes. Hamilton Hawks indeed with a few changes as well today.
Yeah, I think Hamilton have got about, well, speaking of Bubba before the game, Ruff, I think they've got about 4 blokes in the last week that have taken on season-ending injuries. So us as well, we've sort of had a couple of injuries, but I think after a couple of weeks ago, the coaching staff made a few changes, and against Maitland we won in a tight game, and I think we've turned a bit of a corner, and I think the attitude of the team's really lifted this last couple of weeks. Yeah, certainly. We'll go through some of those changes. Obviously, James Sneddon, he's been in there for a couple of weeks now. He comes in and certainly he's surprised everyone in the strength of his scrummaging. Not known for his scrummaging, but he's really come of age in the latter part of this competition this year. Yeah, well, last week against Uni have got, I suppose they've got a pretty renowned scrum. They're very strong scrummagers, and Sneddo certainly in the first half especially, he certainly held up his end of the bargain, and if anything, our scrum was moving forward in the first half. Well, who said pork knuckles weren't good for the diet and good for the strength? Of course, James, one of the major sponsors for Bar TV, handing out the Man of the Match awards each week as well. And of course, Hussa Milana comes in. Yeah, he's coming in at 5'8". Sam Bright, I think he's been nursing a quad injury. He's come on in second grade, and I think he's on the bench in first grade, but I just don't think it's quite 100%. That's a male that I've got. Yeah, well, the male from the Hamilton camp, Joe Ackersdyke, is going to go back to the side with Chris Nagy coming into the second row. Sam Brennan out on game day. Jason Keelan, he's a big one for them. He's come in. He had a bit of a calf strain, I believe, during the week, but he's come through that okay. So Sam McNeil will go back to fullback. Ben Harris will go to the wing with Sir Ali Bainavala, who's listening to us today from his hospital bed. Yeah, so thoughts go out to him. Yeah, absolutely. I think he hurt himself on Thursday night at training. Bubba was telling me before the game, and I think it's just an unlucky injury. I think it was a compound fracture to the hand, and I think he might have a sort of similar sort of recovery to me, which may put him out for the rest of the year. I don't know. I think you can probably catch him in one hand on the wing, the way he scores the tries. You haven't got the try-scoring ability quite in you yet, Dan. In your long, distinguished career, you do go over a couple of pick and drives every now and then, but unfortunately, you just haven't got Sir Ali's pace, mate. Nah, definitely not, mate. Definitely not. If I have a repertoire, it's one thing, and that's pick and go. Well, it's going to be an interesting matchup across the board, and very interesting. Dayu Ishimura, the young Japanese halfback, has kept his spot for the Hamilton Hawks, keeping Ivan Walkling out of the starting side, and he is growing each week. He's got a very good delivery, very quick around the fringes, and Merewether Carlton are going to have to watch the sniping. I've noticed in a few of the Merewether side's games this year, their A and B defence hasn't been what it's been the last couple of years. Yeah, I think we've had a big focus on that the last few weeks, Ruff. I think we sort of recognised that as a playing group, and against Maitland, we sort of turned a bit of a corner, and I think a lot of that was due to the defence. I didn't play that game, but certainly watching on the sidelines, the defence of the boys seemed to really amp up in that game, and I think that was a big part of our win. I don't really know too much about the halfback. However, I do know that if he's keeping Ivan Walkling out, then he must be pretty red hot, because Ivan's a good player himself.
Yeah, and of course Eddie Clifton for the Greens. He's certainly come of age this year, certainly adding a lot more around the ruck and in attack. Not taking any away from Gareth Ernst. He's been a good servant to the Merewether Club, and of course indeed rugby in Newcastle for a number of years, but Eddie Clifton certainly has added spark to this Merewether Carlton attack.
Yeah. Well, I grew up playing footy with Ernie, and he's my vintage. And he's been, as I said, a great servant to the club. And he came from Singleton originally, and as the last few years that he's played for us, he's been a great. At times he's been captain as well. And I suppose with Eddie Clifton coming into the side, he just adds a bit of that spark, a bit of that pace around the ruck.
He certainly does, and I'll tell you who does add a bit of spark and a bit of pace, Jay Strawn. He's the form centre of the competition, and he certainly has the trunk to match.
Yeah, don't wrap him up too much, though, Gareth.
Well, he's the captain this year for the Merewether Carlton, so maybe a bit of jealousy creeping into the call early on from Tagana. But it's going to be an interesting match up, indeed, in the centres. Fraser Price, he's a bit of an unknown quantity to this Hamilton Hawks side, coming up against Paddy Kilmurray. Of course, everyone knows Paddy Kilmurray, be it from rugby or watching the news, mate.
Yeah, well, I think maybe Fraser's an unknown quantity to the Hawks, but we've certainly been watching him around the greens for a few weeks now, and he's got some very good hands on him. He's great with the ball in his hand, and he had his first grade game against Maitland a couple of weeks ago, and he really set the place alight.
He certainly did, and everyone was eating pizzas from the 1877 club afterwards in celebration of his debut as well. Sam Fogarty on the wing, that's an interesting one, keeping young Sam Rouse out of the side. Sam Rouse, one of the best finishers in this competition at the moment. So Fogarty, I know he is quick, and he's in that New South Wales Sevens program as well. But I mean, Sam Rouse coming off the bench, that's got to be a good thing. But I think as well, coming into the semi-finals, Sykes has to look at him starting.
Well, I'll leave those decisions to the coaches, Gareth. But
well, this is the fence we're sitting on right up here in the Passmore grandstand.
I do respect both players, and I mean watching the second grade fixture now, Rough. Sam Rouse I don't know if you saw it, the big up and under, and he scored a try in second grade, almost an individual effort. Oh, so he didn't score it, but he put someone away. But and again, Foggo's been terrific for us this year. He's played in the centres and on the wing. But I mean, I suppose we're a bit of an embarrassment of riches in the backs. We've got some pretty good backs to choose from, and I guess it's just a matter of the coaches getting that balance right. And I'm glad that that's not my job.
Well, Jason Milligan as well on the wing. He's another one we haven't seen too much of on Bar TV Sports this year. Tell us a little bit about him, Dan.
Well, I do know that he's actually a cage fighter.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
Aren't we all these days? It's 2016, and pretty much everyone is a mixed martial artist these days.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I haven't seen it in action because I wouldn't pick a fight with anyone. But
you don't have a role?
No, that's right. That's right, mate. But he's been playing some fantastic footy for us. As again, he's played in the centres and out wide. And he wherever he's put, he seems to do a job for us. So I certainly understand Sykes leaving him there.
Yeah, certainly will. And the game is going to be won probably, I guess, all over the park, but up front especially, the little engine that could versus Steve Lamont, the French sensation.
Yeah, well, Billy Dunny, he had his 18th birthday again during the week.
Didn't he? What?
Thursday night we celebrated with a few lemonades and some fairy bread, Gareth. But Billy's a good player. He's strong, he's tough, and he gives 100%.
Well, he's the best breakaway for Merewether Carlton, playing hooker.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's only a little fella, but he certainly puts his heart and soul into the game. And
sorry to cut you off there. Is that Mick Gill in the shorts? Is he going to be running the water today?
I believe so.
Wow.
Believe so. Just to get those messages out there to the boys and some words of encouragement.
Geez, get the beeper ready, because if they can pick him up on Jared Logan's microphone, there's going to be a few words that'll make your mother blush, Dan, as we see now the Merewether Carlton side led out by their captain, Jay Strawn, coming out onto the field. And this game looks exciting. It's going to be exciting. Big Dan Burns He's been playing pretty well the last couple of weeks, coming out behind Strawn.
Yeah,
he's a big lad, isn't he?
Yeah, monster. He's another guy that debuted against Maitland a couple of weeks ago. He certainly adds that. He's got the nickname Pest, and I think that's a pretty appropriate nickname. He actually gave it to himself, I think. But he made a pest of himself for Maitland, and he's made a pest of himself for Uni last week, and he's certainly been a positive influence on our side coming into the finals.
Well, here's the Hamilton Hawks, the potential minor premiers. They are the reigning premiers in the Rams 2016 competition, led out by their captain Steve Lamont. And this game looks like it's going to be an absolute cracker for all those tuned in to Bar TV Sports. Of course, brought to you by our main partner, Top Better. Get in the game with Top Better and the Rams 2016 Premiership. Also brought to you by NIB Viatech. The referees out there today, Jared Logan. Brought to you by Specsavers. They're going to have a minute silence, and we'll come back at you after that is witnessed.
You played outstanding. For a moment of silence. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, observing the minute silence there, and that's going to get the Hamilton Hawks up here today. Of course, they don't need any encouragement. They're playing for a minor premiership with Wanderers playing Nelson Bay around the grounds today. You'd expect the Wanderers to win that game, so Hamilton have to bring their A game because Merewether, they're coming home with the wet sail. We've seen it over the last couple of years. They fire this time of year. Blake Crichton has the ball, so it'll be Merewether Carlton kicking off. Hamilton receiving. We're at Passmore Oval, and we're live on Bar TV Sports. As we can hear in the change rooms below us, the Carlton side celebrating a win in the second grade fixture. So here we go. Here's Crichton. So it's showtime here in the Rams NHRU, and that has been pulled up in front of the kicker. What about that? I don't know about that. I thought it was a line ball, but that's a big call early on by Jared Logan.
Yeah, not a good start.
Not the start Stacey Sykes would have wanted, and I can see the bench down there for Merewether Carlton. Mick Gill kicking the dirt. Pete Ryan just being cool. While the Hamilton bench, completely opposite. They're happy, they're buoyed. So there's a scrum on halfway. Here's Ishimori. Gets a nice ball in, and it's a good scrum by the Merewether Carlton side. Oh, here they come. Not expecting that. The secondary shove there, Dan.
Yeah, that was a terrific scrum. Good early scrum. They've made up for that, I suppose, mistake off the kickoff, have they? Or oh, no.
Yeah, so a little knock on there, picking the ball up, but sending a message early on to this Hamilton Hawks side. Yeah,
well, that's one of Big Dell Wendell's his strengths is his scrum. He's put a lot of time and effort into it over the last few weeks, and I suppose we'll see the fruits of it there.
Well, take nothing away from Sneddon, of course. The whole scrum worked as one there. The secondary shove, they sort of let Hamilton win the engagement and then really put the screws on. It'll be interesting to see how it goes this time. As the ball comes in. That's better by the Hamilton. Rockaboro picks it up. Ooh. Offloads. Keelan forced to pick up and run forward. Doesn't make anything on that. So the pressure early on by Carlton after that first mistake as Rockaboro comes round the corner. Hard to put down. Makes probably about 5 metres. Kilmurray. Oh, big tackle there by Big Wendell Wilson. As the ball comes out now. Ackersdyke puts his hand up, takes a tough hit up. Both sides feeling themselves out at the moment. Here comes Rockaboro again, second carry in this phase play. Ball coming back now for Keelan. Keelan, plenty of pressure on there, forced to run, he's shaped to kick. Here's Ishimura now, controlling the game well. Agnew gets them well over the halfway now, so Referee Logan sent a little knock on there, and that is good pressure by the Greens here, Dan.
Yeah, I think it's been a good exhibition by both teams early on, Gary. I think the defence of the Greens has been terrific, as has the attack of Hamilton coming out of their own end. So can't really tell you who's dominating at the moment, but it was just a good opening exchange.
Interesting to see here. The Merewether Carlton backline set fairly flat. Fogarty looks as though he'll straighten up one here. He's a very good straight runner of the ball, good hard runner of the ball, Fogarty.
Yeah, I tend to have my head in the middle of that scrum most of the time, Gary, so I tend to just run to where they get tackled. I can't really see who's going to get the ball here, but I'd say it'll be either Strawn or Fogarty.
Of course, Blake Crichton, he played 10 the majority of the season this year, but he's been shifted back to fullback, and certainly his running game in broken field is probably the best in the competition. Yeah,
I think the coaching staff have just been trying to identify exactly where he's best placed, whether it's at fullback or 5'8". Tried a number of different things. Sam Bright, Asa and him have all played considerable time there this year, Ruff.
Good scrum there by the Hawks. It's picked up by Burns, who found himself forcing to make the carry as Hussa. Molina takes a nice one forward. I think it's a good sign having Hussa in at fly half for the Greens. And that one popped up to Billy Dunn. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
was that Billy Dunn?
Yeah, it was. That was.
Wow, where'd the palm come from?
The one and only. I don't know.
The footwork.
Normally it's just head down from Billy Dunn, but that time, I don't know.
He had a bit of Stewart about him there.
Yeah, I think he's trying to play a bit like his predecessor at the moment, Gareth. Flamboyant play.
Ball kicked out, not too much distance, just making sure of it. So here's Dunn.
He's got a new haircut to mark the occasion today too, Gareth.
Only 24 years of age. It seems like he's been around for all 24 of those. As the ball comes out now, Hussa gets a flat ball to Strawn, who makes the break. Strawn's away. We know he's quick, and he's going to get there. What a try to the Greens. What a ball. Summed up nicely. Strawn hit a perfect line and scored just to the left of the sticks there, Dan.
Yeah, he's been electric all year for us, Jay. As you said, he's been the form centre of the competition, or one of the form centres of the competition, and his ability to just break that first tackle or make that half break, he's done it a lot for us this year, and he's a big part of the reason why we're sitting at third in the comp this year.
Well, I had him at first try scorer this week in my top better tournament. As we go now to the replay, as we see the throw was pinpointed by Dunn. Ball comes out wide, and not lovely flat ball, wasn't, just changed his angle, ran onto the ball, through the hole. That's how you score them.
Yeah, well done. Great line. Excellent line off that pass.
So the Hawks, they look a little bit shell-shocked behind the line there. Weren't expecting that solid start by the Greens. 6 minutes down. The score, 7-0. Taking a little bit here to get back for the restart here, the Hawks. They want to settle down. They do have the experience, the big game players to come back here. It's a high kick, searching kick. Goes, oh, look at that. That's a nice take again by Burns. He's been impressive so far. They go wide straight away. Mac Ray standing out in the back line.
That was good defence there, rushing up.
Ball comes back now. It's taken into the 22, straight down the field. Harris, well placed. So it was McNeil as Rockaboro comes back to help out, and that's Lautai. Palming, fending away. Good leg drive shown by the Hawks. They're up around halfway, and that's going to be a penalty. So first penalty of the game, or second penalty of the game. First for Hamilton.
Not really sure what that one was for. Something around the ruck, I'd imagine. Someone diving over or playing their hands on the ball.
Well, the ruck hadn't even formed. I don't know what that was for.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Maybe an offside.
He's a good whistleblower there, Jared, so you imagine it was for something worthwhile.
They're all worthwhile. The Specsavers referee, and you can see him pointing to the Specsavers there, giving all the corporate support. As the ball comes wide now to Keelan Kilmurray, taking a flat straight one. Good run by Kilmurray. As the ball comes back to the left, Lamont. Oh, speculator out wide. Lautai flicking the ball inside. Lamont shot one out. I don't think I've seen him pass in 5 years of covering this.
Whew. I'm still getting over that straight run from Kilmurray. That was a terrific straight run.
Yeah, definitely. He's been probably the Hawks' best all season, especially in the back line. I know their forwards get all the praise, but he certainly straightens the attack and gets them on the front foot. Kilmurray. And has to go and read the news tonight.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried about him. If he keeps running like that, he might be injured for the news.
Ball comes off the top. Ishimori forced to pick up. Tries to find half a gap. Goes to ground, so we'll see the Hawks probably pick and drive here, yes. And they're doing. The Greens are up to it. As they go again. That was Nagy that time. Rockaboro standing wide. The Greens really flooding the breakdown here. This is good defence. We haven't seen too much of this from the Greens this season. They tend to keep numbers out as Keelan now goes wide. Bryce Madden taken on the far side there, but that's a little knock on seen by Logan.
I think you can see Hamilton going wide sort of early in the phase count. Gareth trying to stretch the Greens. Didn't come off that time, but I think we can see probably what they're intending to do.
Well, Ishimori, he's been put under all sorts of pressure at the breakdown by this Greens defence. And I was saying before, we haven't seen the Merewether side this year really flood the breakdown. They tend to keep players out. Is that something that the side's worked on?
Yeah, I think probably numbers in the line's been a bit of a priority for us, and the coaching staff have tried to get us to determine whether or not a ruck is winnable or whether we're better off with numbers in the line in defence.
Well, they can't afford to switch off here as Hamilton pressure the scrum. It's dived on at the back. So the ball comes out wide now. Ireland with a strong carry. Comes back, taken back into the 22. Hit towards the sideline, and that's out on the full. So pressure now for the Merewether Carlton side. As now Hamilton have a really good chance to attack here.
Yeah, they're inside the 22 here. Gareth, it'll be interesting to see what they go with, whether they go wide or whether they go up the middle.
Well, big Sever Rockaboro, he's standing midfield. I expect him to get it. Comes off Keelan. Oh, and it's come off his chest. So the Greens defence go up on him. It's Fogarty now. Goes straight up the middle. It comes back to Strawn. Strawn forced to stand and carry and wait for his forwards to come to him. Does well. Ball goes back to Dunn. Dunn caught one out there. So not making any metres as the ball comes back to Crichton. Crichton off the right boot. Finds touch the boot.
Yeah, he's got a pretty safe boot, Blake. You can always rely on him to get you out of trouble.
Kicks off both feet as well, which is always an asset.
Yeah, I don't worry about which foot it comes off too much, as long as it goes out with a bit of distance. Gareth?
Well, he didn't get much distance there. So Hamilton with another good chance to pepper this line. Ball goes to the back to Ackersdyke.
Good throw.
Not contested. Keelan gets a flat ball as they go behind. McNeil gets it to Harris. Harris, he's quick, gets outside Fogarty, puts a little chip in, he's taken out. This could be trouble here for the Merewether Carlton side.
Linesman's got his flag up. Gareth?
Don't know if he would have got there in the end, but certainly with a little grubbing kick in behind. We know he's very quick, Harris. He's had his troubles with injuries throughout the years.
Yeah, there's probably three Greens guys there to cover it, but certainly they're looking threatening down those edges, especially that right edge.
That was a very silly mistake by the Greens player there. He's going to have a chat to Logan. I believe it's Blake Crichton. It's going to be a penalty, so
Okay.
No card, which is a good thing. I thought maybe professional foul.
Yeah, I don't know. There've been a lot of cards handed out the last few weeks, Gareth, and I'm glad to see the referee let that one go. Just go for the penalty. And Hamilton have gone to the line, so they think they're a chance of scoring a try.
Yeah, had the chance there to get some points. We know Keelan, he's an out-and-out sharpshooter. Oh, that's a very good line out taken by the Hawks, and the Greens are up to it.
Good counter maul from the Greens.
But here they come, the Hawks. They're close. They're over the line. And that's a try. Logan blows the whistle. So rolling maul well executed.
Well, they've got a great
They're the
forward.
best at it, aren't they?
Yeah, they've got a fantastic forward pack, Hamilton, and I suppose that just all comes down to execution. The Greens would have known that was coming, but stopping it's a completely different thing. And I suppose Hamilton, like you said, they deserve to be at the top of the competition. They've been the benchmark for a few years, and their forwards have been a big reason behind that. So well done.
We'll go to the replay, and we'll see Jonathan Agnew. He gets up and he has a look if the Merewether Carlton side is set. It was very well done and well worked by this Hamilton side. Has a little bit of a nod to them, takes it down, and they just go with a secondary phase there. And, just too strong in the end, Dan.
Yeah, it's very, very difficult. They were never going to stop that one close to the line. Hamilton had all their numbers in, all their forwards in. Just too good.
So not the hardest of kicks here for Keelan as he comes in. The Carlton side come out. He's shifted it, and the flags go up.
Geez, he put something on that kick.
Successful by number 10.
He doesn't miss too many, Keelan.
Hamilton Hawks 7. Merewether Carlton 5.
So 7-5 the score. Rockaboro that time takes it forward.
It was a good return, good kick return.
As Kilmurray gets the ball now, Lautai was unmarked, had a bit of green grass in front of him there, Dan. Yeah. So now Merewether Carlton with a good chance to hit back.
Yeah, again, you can see that they're going to chance their arm. They want to go to the edges. Again, execution just not quite there that time, but certainly they're looking threatening, Hamilton, and Merewether are going to have to ride on their game in defence.
Well, they're close. 5 in from touch. 22 out. And you can see there's just a bit of a shift in this back line with Hassa. Has moved out.
That one's gone against the head.
Oh, that's against the head. That'll be a mistake. They may live to rue. And that's a penalty straight away. So the discipline now for Merewether Carlton really letting them down. That last try coming off the back of a silly penalty. And now it looks like they're going to get some free space up the field here, Dan.
Yeah, look, I'm always guessing myself exactly what happens at scrum time when they award penalties, but obviously an infringement. Certainly they lost the ball. They got a tight head against them, the Greens, but I'm not really sure what that penalty was for. But anyway, Hamilton with the ball on their 40-metre line.
They'll have to get up and contest this one. The Greens, they're going to go to Ackersdyke. As they go up, it goes over the top. So the Greens come up with it, and Mac Ray does well to hold on to that ball.
Yeah, James Williams, the number 4, you can probably thank him for that. He put a lot of pressure on the throw, and it came up for the Greens.
So there's Strawn again. Wendell looking for the ball, almost a forward pass, but pops it. Oh no, goes without it, still going, big Wendell. Eddie Clifton gets a poor ball, but he was under pressure. And they'll take it forward there through Matt Island. The Hawks with very good line speed at the moment here, Dan, and they're really pressuring Eddie Clifton. So now Sneddon takes one forward. Yeah, good run.
That was a great run. Great run in close, get him going forward.
Got them over the advantage line. Here's Byrne. Molina gets it to Island, flat ball. They're going backwards here, the Greens, but they're controlling possession.
Yeah,
this could be trouble here. Oh, nice ball inside. Knocked down. by the Hawks tunnel outside there. So they'll get the scrum and they'll want to make amends here, Dan.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got to give the Hawks defence credit there. They were putting the Greens under all sorts of pressure. It was probably only one phase out of 5 or 6 that they made metres. So going to have to look at where their attacking options, the Greens, because Hamilton certainly are here to play. Their defence was terrific then.
So it's come in. It was a Hamilton line out in the end. Nice little inside ball. Oh, good run by Lamont. Lamont taking about 20 metres off the greens there with interest. Flat ball now. Oh, forward passes Logan. I don't know about that.
Unlucky for Hamilton. I like to see that. I'm a Green supporter, but I like to see those ones let go, those line ball calls. And
Bryce Madden, he ran a really good angle there. The A and B defence really wasn't up for it.
Yeah, the Greens.
Unfortunate.
Greens defence certainly on the back foot with on the back of that Lamont run. So, anyway, the scrum's been a bit topsy-turvy so far. So
well, they started off with a bang, didn't they? The Greens, but the Hamilton Hawks side, they've come together. And here they come again.
That's a better scrum from the Greens.
Ball comes out. Nice run there by Fraser Price. It was across field.
I think he's
turned the ball over, but that's a penalty at the breakdown. Not rolling away, says Logan. Not releasing the player. So now, Crichton with the ball. Gets it off the side of the boot. Finds touch. Makes only 10 metres on that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure that came off. That might have been kicked with the shin, I think, that one.
The old Sean Rudder shin kick.
That achieved the goal of going out, though, so Green's on the attack.
So he's done with the ball. Goes up to Burns. Burns has to knock it off the top. Clifton bats it on.
Yeah, good clean up from the half and 5.
So here's Strawn standing in the tackle. Good run by Strawn. He drives forward.
Yeah, good strong run there to get him over the gain line.
They go back, and here's Dunn. Oh, Dunn with a good run. He's still going. Billy Dunn, the little engine that could, keeps going. Picking and driving now. Burns. He's everywhere. Long ball out wide to Fogarty. Fogarty with a bit to do. Can't get around. Yes, he can. He's still going. Fogarty, he's close. He's about 5 out. Eddie Clifton sniping. Spits one out.
Ooh, big contact there, I think.
They pick and drive now. Stennon, he's close.
Oh,
And that's a penalty to the Hawks. Looked like he was over the line there.
Don't know, maybe hanging on, not releasing. I'm not really sure what that was for.
I thought he was almost over the line, but it really opened up there for the Greens, didn't it?
Yeah, they were looking very dangerous there. Foggo down the edge, and then Steadden up the middle. Billy Dunn made a lot of metres.
Billy Dunn.
Yeah.
That was vintage Dunn.
I don't know if he's old enough to be vintage, is he yet, Gary?
He's the only 24-year-old with a 48-year-old's body. So it'll be a Hamilton line out here. They've got everyone in. Oh, stolen in the air. Ball comes off the back. Husser has it. Gets it to Strawn. Gets a pretty bad ball, but he does well. Shakes off a couple of defenders. Looking for runners now. Billy Dunn again. Charging into the defence. They go back towards the right. Dummy there by Husser, picked off by Mac Ray. Mac Ray catching the Hawks unaware there.
Yeah, it was good work. He held his feet just for that extra split second till his support arrived.
Another good run there. So here come the Greens. Strawn has it. Puts the foot down. Gets through the other side. Eddie Clifton slipping there. Burns has it. Burns. He's going to go close. But the Hawks scramble. Short side by Clifton. Fogarty's pushed out. Chance taken by the Greens there.
Greens looking good in attack, Gary. But Hamilton are equal to the task so far. Their defence has been solid.
Scrambling really well here, the Hawks. Ball bouncing off the top, picked off again by Mac Ray. So the Greens have the ball. Looking for Strawn. Strawn gets it. Tries to get outside Madden this time. Madden wrestles him to the ground.
Equal to it. The defence was good to hold up Strawn there.
So getting wide now. They're set flat. Big Wendell looking for it, charging onto it, gets the arm free to Dunn. Nice clean out too by the Greens. They lose the ball. Kilmurray has it. But that is a penalty in front of the sticks. 2 points down. Do you take the 3?
I'm not sure what they'll do. They've probably been down here for a while now. I'd say that it'd be a shame if they didn't leave with points, Gareth. So I think they'll probably take the 3. That'll put them
1 point ahead. It's 7-5's the score.
Also
he took the first kick very casually, Husser.
Yeah, I don't think he's a very highly strung guy, Gareth.
Very casual. I like the cut of his jib.
Yeah, he always seems pretty cool, calm and collected, and I suppose that's what you're looking for in a good kicker, isn't it?
And I think it's good because him playing it at fly half, he tends to like the ball a lot in his hands, and playing there he certainly is, and he's a very good distributor of the ball, and he makes no mistake there.
Yeah, well, both Eddie Clifton and him have been distributing the ball well today. A couple of times they've been under pressure, but they've been able to hit the man outside the 10, be it Fraser or Strawn or Foggo, get to the edges despite being under a bit of pressure. So they've been playing well thus far.
So the score's 8-7. Merewether Carlton hit the lead again. And this match has got everything it promised. Keelan with the kickoff now. It's a higher one. Comes towards Burns. Burns goes up for it. Knocked on both ways there.
There's a big contact in the air then, Gareth. I'm not sure who it was, but Ackersdyke on Burns.
It was Ackersdyke coming through. I tell you what, he was up there, Kazali, wasn't he?
Yeah, both of them going for the ball. Big collision, and I think Dan Burns, or the Pest, I think he's just dropped it forward, and credit to both players, putting it all body on the line.
Just looking towards the touchline there. Mick Gill seems to be drinking a lot of water.
Yeah, he's very animated, Gilly.
Save it for the players, maybe. The ball comes off the back. Rockaboro standing. So the ball now goes to Lamont. Lamont saying, anything you can do, Billy Dunn, I can do better. As Keelan gets the ball now wide. Kilmurray coming around the back. Good run again by Kilmurray.
Yeah, great meters, good defence to pull him down, but he's certainly making inroads out there.
Ackersdyke. Ball coming now, goes behind Lamont to Rockaboro. The gap opens up. They go wide. Lautai gets around. Allowed to run. They get him into touch though, Dan.
Yeah, well, good scrambling defence. Pretty much exactly the same that Hamilton were doing at the other end for the last 5 or 10 minutes. They're good scrambling in defence. Hamilton are making meters, but they're getting pulled down.
Yeah, definitely be interesting to see their 20 zone options aren't always the best, and that one certainly wasn't a good pass to Crichton as he punches the ball down the field.
Oh.
Dancing with the touchline as Lautai tries to bat the ball in field. Yeah. But the flag goes up by Cook.
Wow, that was an excellent kick under pressure there. They put Blake Crichton under all sorts of pressure, and not only did he get it out with about 60, 70 metres gained.
Well, certainly did. Good to see the Specsavers referees making the decision there. So now the Merewether Carlton side, a good chance to attack. As that ball goes over the top, Mac Ray.
It's a great throw there by Billy Dunn.
Flat ball to Island. Rockabora came up to meet him, but he managed to take a couple of metres off him again. And this is going to be a penalty. 40 out.
Bit of a mess there at the ruck. I think they might have got him for diving over.
Did they take the shot here? Kicking into the breeze.
Yep.
And yes, they do.
Well, us has kicked that last one fairly confidently. I know it was in front, but...
Well, it's in front. It's a little bit further back here. 37 metres out.
And you see those trees, they are swaying in the background there,
They
Gareth.
certainly are swaying in the background.
Certainly tell the story of the wind.
Plenty of memories about the swaying trees here at Hamilton.
It always gives you a good excuse when not to throw the line out straight when the wind's blowing.
Well, it tends to swirl around here at Passmore. The Passmore doctor. Of course, Tent City over in the background there. Plenty of viewers over in their tents not wanting to pay the fee to get in here. Watching us on the iPad. Picking up the Wi-Fi here from Bar TV. And here comes Molina. He comes in, kicks it. Comes around. And it's hooked. And it's waved away by Cook.
Successful attempt, please score Merewether Carlton 8 on the 7.
So Keelan has it. Goes deep. Molina gets it. Feeds Burns. Burns now does well. Young Sam Dart had a good year.
Yeah, he's been playing well, Sam Dart. He's been knocking on the door for a number of weeks, and he had an injury there a couple of weeks ago, but he's certainly back in the thick of it now.
They go to big Wendell. Wendell gets through the other side again. Oh, forces the pass. Dart can't control it. It's kicked over the top. But Logan's going to take it back for a knock-on.
Yeah, a bit of a circus there.
I liked his enthusiasm, though. Tried to... You can't get anything past these Specsavers referees, Dan.
No, and Jared's certainly got credibility as one of the top referees around. He's got great relationship with the players, and he's certainly on the ball as far as his decisions go.
I believe he's known as the Magpie in refereeing circles because he swoops on everything.
Don't know about that. I'm not in the refereeing circle, so I guess I wouldn't know.
I'm in all sorts of circles, Dan. And having been the bane of most referees in this competition for some time, I've talked them round.
Just reminding them that you've got the microphone on Saturday, were you, Gareth?
The only thing I can't beat them in is cards. They're just so good at shuffling and
poker face.
It's like getting them out. Every time you go to a referee's party, it's like, let's play cards.
Sounds like a blast.
It certainly is.
Let's see where this scrum goes.
Oh, it's a good scrum again by Carlton, who, again with that secondary shove, and that's going to be a penalty. Not rolling away there. He was all over the ball there, Sam Dart. Very good.
You can give the front row credit there. Big Wendell and Bill and James Sneddon. They're all patting each other on the back there because they know that was their penalty and they earned it. And they certainly dominated that scrum.
Well, James Sneddon, he's really impressing me at the moment.
Yeah, he's playing really well.
A restaurateur.
He's a new dad.
Yeah, well, that's right. The newfound maturity might have... he went through that childbirth and maybe toughened him up a little bit.
Yep.
But he's certainly playing well at the moment. And as is that man, Burns comes off the top. They go behind Dart to nobody. Strawn forced to pick up and met with a wall of defence there by the Hawks. And that's a penalty now. The ball came out the back. So that's an unfortunate penalty. But in any case, the Hawks again with another penalty. So Merewether making it easy on the Hawks. They're pressuring them, but they just can't maintain that discipline, Dan.
Yeah, I think execution. At the moment, it's just that last pass, or just that last pass, or that I suppose that intensity at the ruck, just letting them down at the moment. But certainly they're looking like a threat at the moment, and Hamilton's equal to the task so far.
Well, the intensity, it's at the back there. Boom, boom. Off the top by the Hawks. The Hawks line out. It's been
a bit of
uncharacteristically sloppy, hasn't it?
Yeah, there's a bit of pressure on the line out though. Our line out, the Greens line out, has probably 3 genuine jumpers in it, so they're certainly there to put some pressure on the line out. That's one of our strengths.
Well, Paddy Kilmurray, he kind of pulled up there. He thought the referee was going to blow the whistle, so Nagy this time forced to take it over again. The pressure on Ishimori was there as Madden now. He straightens up the attack. Coming wide, Rockaboro. Oh, he turns Burns inside out.
Yeah,
but Burns, being the pest he is, still got hold of him.
Got him.
Oh, look at that. That's a good line there. The ball out to Lautai, and he puts his foot out again. Maybe needs to realign himself, and he's done that 2 or 3 times already today.
Yeah.
But they threatened to open up the Hawks again. But that last pass, letting them down.
Yeah, Rockaboro's looking good with the ball in his hands, isn't he?
He's the danger man.
Yeah. Just that offload. Big, tall fella. He looks like he might get an offload away, and it'll only be a matter of time, I think.
Oh, that ball not straight as Lamont steams onto it. He read it well. He picked it and makes about 15 metres. So now, Merewether Carlton pressured. They go wide. Madden steps, straightens. Still going is Madden. Madden might go all the way.
Yeah, really
He's
strong.
very
run there
close.
from Madden.
They're half a metre out. As they go behind, Keelan with the long ball out wide. It's picked off by Hassa. Can he go all the way? We know he's quick, as is that man, McNeil. What a tackle. From behind, we thought he had the pace, but didn't quite get there. So Keelan, he takes them up to halfway.
Bit of excitement there, Gareth. The big cutout ball ending in an intercept and a foot race to the finish line. And Hamilton won that one.
Wow, Hassa Molina, we thought he would have got the way. Shame he didn't have support there, as now Ackersdyke gets them over the 40. Good tackle. He's out on his feet now, though, Molina. Fave Silla still going, crawling his way through. As the ball goes now to Lamont. Lamont outside his man.
He's had a couple of good runs in the last few minutes, Lamont.
Yeah, he's lifted the team, the captain. That's Wood. Strawn kicks the ball through. Rockaboro, he's slow. Doesn't dive on a good desperation shown by the Merewether Carlton captain.
Yeah, good urgency there from Strawn to pick that, to retain that ball.
McNeil, he's back there. Good kick by Clifton. Clifton pressuring. Gets there in the end. Can't stick. Gets around the bootlaces in the end.
Got him on the second effort.
Merewether Carlton, as Kilmurray has plenty of room now, and that man Burns collars him. Keelan has it now. Has to kick it straight down the middle of the park. So what can Strawn do? Strawn stepping, accelerating through the hole. And he's hitting a very hard tackle, and the ball comes out. Merewether Carlton still have the ball. I thought there was a knock on there, Dan.
Yeah, well, we'll take it. I thought there was a knock on there too, to be honest, Gareth. But
so here's Ireland stepping up, not making any metres as the play slows down. It's been end-to-end stuff. Billy Dunn, he's picked up, but he's let down as Mac Ray takes the ball from him. Eddie Clifton gets it wide. They go behind. Strawn dummies. He's looking dangerous at the moment, Strawn, isn't he?
Yeah, just to get his shoulders through that first tackle, or his ability to beat that first tackle is uncanny. He seems to do it every time he touches the ball.
Was his turn of foot. Oh, and that ball knocked on. Snedden reaches for it.
Yeah, I think the attacking line was caught a bit flat-footed there. Most of them standing still, not really knowing who the first receiver was. And
yeah, the organisation really wasn't there, was it? So that's where Molina really has to take control. We'll look now at the replay of the intercept before. It was a great piece of play by both sides. As here he goes there now, he's taken the ball. We'll go again. And there he is. He gets away from him, and McNeil, the second effort, had to really dive, didn't he? And that was great stuff.
It reminds me of Sattler in playing for Penrith against the Tigers in the grand final a few years ago. It was a terrific tackle. It was almost shut the gate.
Rockaboro picks it up from the back. Ishimori. Grubbing kick downfield. Crichton just waits it over the touchline.
It's been end-to-end so far. Both teams have had plenty of attacking options, plenty of attacking opportunities, but only one of each being converted.
So there's 2 minutes remaining. Merewether Carlton have had all the possession, really, or the weight of the possession in the first half. A loss here from Hamilton will be devastating for their... And that wasn't straight. That's a poor option there. Why, when their line-out's been firing all game, do you try a little set piece, move to one?
Not really sure, but...
Well, you've played hooker.
Yeah. I'm not really sure what that was about.
The throw to one's always when the confidence is down. The confidence certainly isn't, but Rockaboro now, he's made plenty of ground here and does that with consummate ease.
That was a terrific run there.
So Keelan comes around the back. Oh, Madden goes through. Madden bumps off Ireland. Good run by Madden. He's been impressive with the ball.
Absolutely. He's making a lot of meters. He almost scored that try in the last attacking raid that Hamilton had. And again, he set it up for him here in this one.
Well, McNeil now standing, and the pressure wasn't there. Well, Crichton came over the top. A dangerous tackle / clean out. Zackersdijk gets the ball taken off him by Kilmurray.
Good clean out there from Hamilton.
Here's Lamont. Oh, good tackle by Dunn.
He's really put his hand up, Lamont, to take a lot of the ball forward.
Well, here comes Keelan. They're short, wide. Harris gets Keelan around, and a miscommunication sees a drop ball on the far side. Didn't really know what they were doing there. There's a couple of players down. And that's going to be half-time. But we can see out there's a bit of worry out there for one of the Hamilton players. Can't see who it is. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with you with all the news and all the action. Thanks for tuning in to Bar TV Sports feature match in this Rams 2016 Premiership.
Bar TV Sports would like to thank Top Better. Get in the game at topbetter.com.au. And Cornelia's Crump, the Bar TV Sports beverage of choice. And Rams Loans for supporting the 2016 NHRU Premiership.
Hamilton receiving. Well, we're back, everybody, for the Rams 2016 NHRU Premiership feature match with a score 8-7 in favour of Merewether Carlton. It'll be very interesting to see if Merewether Carlton can come out with the same enthusiasm as they did in the first half and thwart the Hamilton Hawks' surge to the minor premiership. It'll be a great effort. It'll be an underdog effort. And our co-host Dan Garner has been out with the Merewether Carlton team getting all the inside information. And it'll be a Hamilton Hawks to kick off here. So Merewether Carlton receiving the kick. We can see out there Big Wendell Williams having a chat to referee Jared Logan, who's having a wonderful match again here today. Out and out the standout referee in this Rams 2016 Premiership. Of course, also brought to you by NIB Viatech and Bar TV's official broadcast partner, Top Better. Get in the game with Top Better. I got myself the first try scorer here today, which is unbelievable in their tournament. So Keelan has the ball to kick off. It's a high one, it's searching. Goes towards Burns, and Burns gets it. Pirouettes, comes off the left foot and does well to consolidate the ball. The ball's been taken back in as Mac Ray takes a wide searching run. Getting up towards the 22. Looks like it's been a turnover. No, the ball comes back to Merewether. Goes to Crichton. Crichton gets a poor kick off the top of Snedden's head. Ishimura Don't know if that came off Sneddon or Bill Dunn's head there. As we see our colour commentator for today, Dan Gardner, making his way back into the box, wing in a sling, struggling to get up the steps. The old legs can't carry him anymore. And he's back. He's back in the box.
Old Chalky Bones is back.
What were they saying out there, Dan? We told our viewers earlier on, you were out there in the huddle. What was going through both coaches' minds?
Well, I don't really know what was going through both coaches' minds, but I can only sort of speculate that I think probably both coaches are fairly happy with the commitment that both sides have shown in the first half.
Well, here come the Hawks inside there to Madden. Madden, the danger man in the first half. So good structure shown early on as Ishimura runs, searching, looking to link up and doesn't need to. He's close. Oh, he's over. Ishimura.
Wow, that was a great probe there from Ishimura.
Someone get him a Sunwolves contract.
Yeah, that was terrific from the base of that ruck. He was searching for runners, and then before he knew it, he was over the line.
Well, Merewether Carlton will be very disappointed with that one.
Yeah,
they wouldn't have wanted that start, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's certainly not an ideal way to start either half. The Greens put first points on in the first half, and I think they'd be pretty happy with that. But to start after half time and give away first points, I think it's a bit deflating.
Certainly is. Keelan, this is his hardest kick of the day as we look at the replay here and look at Ishimura. Comes around, steps around the big man there. Just caught out in defence. As he hits the deck.
I think he just had him for speed, Gareth.
Yeah. Momentum took him over the line. Shades of a double movement, but okay in my books there.
Yeah, I think that's what halfbacks do. They probe to try and draw someone out of the line, and I think he drew one of our front rowers out of the line. I think it might have been Wendell, and in behind him.
I love how you emphasise the word think there. I think that's how halfbacks do it.
Yeah, well, I certainly...
Oh, look at that kick, though.
I certainly don't know, Gareth.
So, the flags go up 14-8. Merewether Carlton have to do something here. They have to dig deep as they're well behind on a low-scoring match.
Having said that, they've done that, but they've dug deep the last 2 weeks, so it's certainly within their capabilities.
They've kicked to the wrong man there. Rockaboro, he's dealt with, didn't really get time to wind up as they go wide. Nagy. Pressure on Ishimura there.
Yeah, we'll see him dart. That's why he's in the team, to make a nuisance for himself for that halfback, and he certainly did that there.
Did well, didn't he? That ball spits out the back, but that's a penalty to Hamilton, so things not going quite right early on for Merewether Carlton.
I think both teams are just finding their feet in the second half, and again, I'm not really sure what the penalty was for, but don't think it'll faze the Greens too much.
Well, that's a very good kick for touch. Gets them up towards halfway.
Absolutely, 25 metres or so.
And we can see the winds change direction, as predicted.
Swirling the other way, is it?
The reverse swirl. Ball off the top. Ishimura. He's dancing around. Ackersdyke picks it up, and Lamont willingly takes a very good short hit up. Keelan now, out the back. Tunnel Altai. Looks different with the haircut, the cropped style. Clifton dives on the ball, so they'll pick a drive here, the Greens.
Yeah, great turnover there.
Hussa comes into halfback.
Great turnover there from the Greens after Hussa made a terrific low chopping tackle.
Oh, good run, but undoes the good work. Ishimura, he's turned the light on here in this second half, and he's looking very dangerous, and good pressure on Crichton. He's forced to kick out, not finding any distance at all.
He kicked off the left foot there too, Gareth. I think that...
left knee, I thought it was.
Yeah.
Of course, if you want to get in the game with Bar TV, like us on Twitter at Bar TV Sports, our Facebook page, Bar TV Sports, and indeed our YouTube channel, which has just got 3,000 subscribers. So we're happy to announce that today. Thanks for everyone for supporting Bar TV and grassroots sports throughout the country. So that comes up for Ackersdyke.
A lot of movement on the ground in the Hamilton line out. They're really trying to throw the Greens off.
Yeah, this is good. Steady play by the Hawks. They've still got control of the ball. But equally good defence by the Greens. Is rolling more driven forward.
Yeah,
Pops up off the top. Walkling's on the field now. As the ball comes out wide, Kilmurray straightens. Kilmurray off the left foot. He's dangerous. There's Maxwell. Oh, good run by Ackersdyke. Good defence by the Greens on their line. Burns picks it up. Oh, sorry, Dart it was.
I thought that ball was out there, but it must have been for an earlier infringement.
Yeah,
I think.
advantage was being played by Logan.
They were looking very ominous then, Hamilton.
Yeah, they're really building play, aren't they? They're controlling it. They didn't really control it too well in that first half. And this penalty is not what Merewether Carlton needed.
No, not on the back of points. Certainly getting points on the back of points early in the second half.
We can see out there. Keelan hasn't missed one today. As he comes in, strikes it, and the flags go up as expected. So 17-8, this game creeping away from Merewether Carlton. They're going to have to do something. They're going to have to play up the other end, Dan.
Yeah, I think for the Greens, their next priority should be to get up the other end and put the next points on. I think if they, it's a low, like you said, it's a low-scoring game, and if they let another score against them, then they're probably going to be pushing it uphill to get back into the game.
Well, they won't need that as Lautai makes some good ground off the kickoff, gets them up towards the 40. Ackersdyke. They get up quick on him, but he still makes about 10 or 15 metres there.
Yeah, well, he's turned it up a notch since half-time too. He's having a lot more runs. He's a bit more active with the ball in his hands.
Well, they're playing a bit more wider too with Walkling on the field. He certainly adds that, and that's a very good touch finder by Keelan. Just keeping Merewether Carlton down. Pinned to their own 20 here, Dan.
Yeah, well, I think Walkling's one of his big strengths is his pass and his distribution, and I think, as you said, that they're playing wider, and I think probably he might be the catalyst for that.
So it's a Merewether Carlton throw. They took it to them in the first half. Crichton forced to step back in field, not getting much angle on it and not getting much distance on that kick. This is worrying signs for the Merewether Carlton side, and certainly good signs for the Hamilton side.
I think probably Greens need to take a phase on before they put that kick out. They're putting a lot of pressure on Blake Crichton to exit from the quarter there under a lot of pressure.
Well, that line out, not straight, sloppy off the top, and knocked on. So Merewether Carlton with a bit of a let-off there.
Yeah, a bit of a let-off for the Greens, and I hope they capitalise on it.
Well, let's see if they bring Fogarty into this. Well, looks like Milligan's come around to maybe relieve some pressure off these forwards who look like they're tiring a little bit, Dan.
Yeah, well, it's a tiring game up front, Gareth, as you would know. Looks like Paddy Ireland warming up on the sideline. He's coming back from a knee injury. He's been back about 3 or 4 weeks, and he's been setting them on fire in the lower grades, and I think it was only a matter of time before he got an opportunity in the top grade. He may even substitute for his brother. We'll see what happens.
Oh, good scrum and picked up off the back, flicked. Hamilton Hawks putting all the pressure on, and this is a good run, taking them forward by Milligan. Well, that ball over the top. Burns has to get on it. Passes it back. Crichton, this is where he's dangerous. but he can't get around Harris and forced out into touch. So again, the pressure is all on the Merewether Carlton side.
Yeah, I think, as you said, Gareth, they've had a couple of let-offs, but I don't think they were doing themselves. I don't think they were doing themselves any favours there. Need to get our exits right.
So Ishimura is still on the field. Looks like he's maybe playing fullback. But that's easily taken by the Hawks, so they set up now. Lamont's on the back. They'll look to drive it here. They keep going. This is a very good play by the Hawks, and they're over the line. But they're driven back by Merewether Carlton. And that's held up. Oh.
I think he's awarded that.
The touch judge said no. Logan has said yes.
Well, okay.
So that's a try. Hamilton go up. I saw the touch judge. He had the big shake of the head, didn't he?
Yeah. I thought the touchy was saying no there, and the referee said yes, and he's the man with the whistle. So the 5 points will go to Hamilton.
As we see Williams.
But again, they look very strong with the in the mauls there.
Williams has come from the field and looks like that's who Ireland's going on for.
Yeah. Well, Pat Ireland, he brings another running forward into the game. James Williams, though, is terrific in the air as a jumper.
Yeah,
so
he's certainly spoiled a lot of Hamilton's ball in the line out. And this kick is 5 out. Keelan's taken it 30 back. And lovely work by a Bar TV production crew.
He's doing a terrific job there, pressing buttons. I don't know what he's doing, but he's doing a great job.
You just stick to maths. So we see here the setup for this rolling maul, and no one does it like the Hamilton Hawks. They get the secondary shove, and Keelan's had that kick waved away just then. But yeah, we just missed the touch judge in the shot, but Logan, he was on the spot. So Hamilton come away with the try. Here's Crichton with the restart. It's a high one. Rockaboro coming across for it and knocking it on. So now it's a chance, the first real chance, I guess, in this second half.
I think you can credit Matt Ireland with that. He chased the kick with all the intensity that he could and put Rockaboro under pressure, and I think that's what probably produced the mistake. So well done, Matt Ireland. He's given the Greens another opportunity.
Yes, certainly the Ireland brothers. They play well together as well. We dubbed them here at Bar TV Sports, Northern and Southern Ireland.
Yeah. I think they'll be pretty chuffed playing together again. It's been about a year or so since they've been on the same team. So
at the start of the year, they had a couple of games together.
Okay, I stand corrected.
Well, you're sitting.
Sitting corrected.
With your wing in a sling. Oh, good scrum by the Hawks. Merewether Carlton are going to have to do something, but that is a tight head.
Oh,
and the ball comes back. Rockaboro seemingly just giving the ball back to Burns. And Burns, he's still going. Good run by the big number 5. He's been Merewether Carlton's best today. And here comes Big Wendell, not too far behind. Good positive running here by the Greens. They look good in attack. Oh, flat ball. Matt Ireland almost going without it. He's going to have to do something with his Ackersdyke. Is all over it. Helena.
Good step there from Fraser Price. He knows how to find his way in behind the gain line.
Well, there's Pat Ireland.
Having his first touch.
Big hit up there. Going to have to get the ball back and does so. Quick ball by Eddie Clifton, and there's Matt Ireland now. So Northern and Southern working well. Here's Hassa. Hassa takes the line on. Taken down. Couldn't get it inside to Crichton. He was looming. Strawn. Doing everything to get his team back on the scoreboard. Molina. They're going. They're out wide. They're close. It bounces over the top. And the flag goes up by Cook on the far side.
Geez, Merewether looked good there.
In attack, they certainly look good, don't they? It's a bit worrying, I guess, their 20-metre defence in their own half. It's what's let them down, I guess, in this particular game.
Yeah, it's a Hamilton ball, so Hamilton will probably exit out of the quarter and Greens will get another opportunity. But, yeah, I think they've just got to improve their execution a little bit.
They go to the back. Ackersdyke, no trouble there. And they're rolling the ball up the field. Well worked. Short side, Lautai. Oh, Burns comes across. Nice tackle. It's going to be a Merewether Carlton scrum.
So they've got another opportunity here, the Greens, and I think it's probably high time that they convert it to points.
Yeah, they need to get back on this scoreboard. 22-8 is the score. Plenty of familiar faces in the grandstand here today. Toby and Roach to the left of us. A couple of great rugby minds over there, Dan Garner.
Yeah, they'll be solving all of the world's problems. Jode and Jason, the two J's.
And the horse contingent, it's a big horse contingent here today.
Yeah, well, you'd think so. It's a home game for the Hawks.
Of course, major partner, Elders. Brett Sutherland dislocating his elbow last night in social fours.
And Hamilton with a good scrum against the Greens, putting us under pressure there.
But here they come, the Greens. Dummy inside. Fogarty gets it on the outside of Ishimura. Here goes Fogarty for the line. And that is a try. Good skill shown by Fogarty.
Great.
In the end, it was a bit of a mismatch against the young Japanese halfback.
Yeah, well, he's a big unit out there, Fogarty. And I suppose one-on-one with most players, he's pretty strong. And he just did the old out and in. And Ishimura went out and he went in. And,
well, good finishing, Shane. Shows why he's part of this Sevens program for New South Wales. Young Fogarty.
He's big, he's fast and he's strong, rough. So, and he certainly showed that there to score that try. So great effort, Sam Fogarty.
So this is a really tough kick. As we look now at the replay, the ball comes out. Lovely ball thrown there, and the swerve on the inside as he reaches out with that big arm. And that's a good try.
He did really well to stay in field, though. Madden had made the tackle well before the line, but Fogarty still managed to stay in field.
The old PVC corner post here at Passmore Oval seen better days. That's for sure. So here's Molina getting a kick, and that is not coming around. Terrible looking kick. Maybe he might have to start thinking to pass the ball over to Crichton, who's a very good clutch kicker.
Didn't look good off the boot, that one. He's kicked 2 or 3 already, though, today, so we won't sell him out too soon. It might be just an odd skew.
Well, who's it going to be for both sides to come through and win this match? Of course, all our other games around there, the semi-finals for the MPL are on the moment on Bar TV Sports. BDAFL, Rugby League semi-start next week.
That was a great take by Pat Ireland in the air there.
Oh, he got up, didn't he? Back to the action here as Snedden takes one out on the short side. He's a short side specialist. Snedden. Oh, here goes Big Wendell. Gets the ball knocked down. I thought it was knocked down by the Hawks there. But again, Logan on the spot. Great positioning by Logan, the Specsavers referee.
I think the Greens will start looking to blokes like Wendell in the next 15 to 20 minutes. He's a big meter eater and he can get that offload away. So didn't come off then, but I think they're probably on the right page giving the ball to him.
Big shout out to everyone watching Bar TV Sports today, as well as the ball fed to Keelan. I know Nick Riley and co in Sydney having a party, watching us on the big screen.
A lot of these boys are heading down after the game, I think you'll find.
Oh, well, they better start thinking about the game at hand here, Dan, because they're under a pressure again. So Hamilton just setting up for the pick and drive. Rockaboro getting quick ball, spinning. They've contained him pretty well today. As the ball comes wide, Keelan gets it to Kilmurray. Taken down. Ishimori. And that's going to be brought back. Penalty advantage played. Walkling looking for the quick one. But I dare say Hamilton will probably be looking for the points here.
Yeah, I think this puts them 2 scores out in front, doesn't it?
Well, they already are 2 scores out in front.
Okay, 22-13, my apologies.
Doesn't really make too much difference. (22-13) the score. 62 minutes down. Keelan. They're looking to further the tally. So Keelan comes in for the kick. It's a good one. Over the black dot. He's so accurate they don't even need the touch judges. 25-13 the score.
He certainly does look confident with the ball off the boot. Looks like he's got a fair bit of range on his boot too, Rough.
Well, I've seen him kick them from about 55 out. That's a high kick. This time they go away from Rockaboro, but Lautai gets the ball, and Lautai's away. Stepping, bumping one off. Inside ball now. As the troops come for the Hawks. It's all Hamilton at the moment, Dan.
Yeah, they're looking very strong in attack and in defence.
Rockaboro running wide off Kilmurray. Nice tackle. It was Strawn round the bootlaces. Lamont comes around the corner, and Fogarty puts a big shot on him, but he still makes about 10 metres. Now's big Sever. Rockaboro's through the hole. He's got support. He won't need it. Fogarty. Great tackle by Fogarty. The winger came across, but Ishimori for his second. The young Japanese halfback. Certainly making a big dent here in his Rams 2016 premiership.
Well, Rockaboro's a handful, isn't he? Certainly with the ball in his hand, he's looking for the offload if he's not breaking tackles, and I suppose it was a foregone conclusion when Rockaboro got the ball that it was going to happen in that phase or the one after.
So now, Merewether Carlton, they came into the second half as 1-point leaders. As we look now at the replay, good run. Good feed as well by Rockaboro. It was a great tackle by Fogarty, but leaving his wing, he left a bit of distance between Ishimori and the touchline and scored a nice try there.
I think the Greens were just backpedaling, and on the back of that terrific run by Rockaboro, breaking tackles, and just found it a bit too hard to make the tackles out wide.
So Keelan comes in, and it was waved away.
That's the first one he's missed, I think.
Conversion was unsuccessful, so that leaves the score 30.
So 30-13 is the score. Still 15 minutes to play. It's not out of the reach yet of the Merewether Carlton side. We know they finish fast, but that is not going to help their chances, and that is a very uncharacteristic-like error from Crichton. 2 in the match off the kick-off.
Yeah, they're just the sort of things that I suppose the Greens don't really need when the score's 30-13. They've got to get on the front foot and got to get down the other end.
Interestingly, they've taken the line out here, the Hawks. Goes at the back to Ackersdyke. Island comes through. It was a very flat throw by Lamont.
I thought it was a little bit crooked myself, Gareth, and the Greens were unlucky not to get the ball back in a scrum.
Well, being a hooker yourself, you certainly know when they're crooked and know when they're not.
Normally I don't point the finger at other people when they do, because I throw plenty.
Probably the toughest position on a rugby field, really, isn't it?
If you ask any hooker, I'm sure they'll say yes to that, Gareth.
Crichton takes a quick one, punches it downfield. The chase is on, but it finds touch. Milligan on the far side. Hasn't seen too much of the ball today, Milligan. He's been shown up a couple of times on that far wing, though, in defence.
Yeah, I think
I noticed before as well, Sam Rouse left the ground earlier on, so not called upon to back up here.
Not sure about that, Gareth.
That's a spiralling bomb across the field. Good kick, and Hamilton come back up with it through Walkling. Good hustle, good chase by the veteran halfback. Keelan now gets the ball standing flat, and that is a very good touch finder.
That's an exceptional kick, that
That's
from Keelan.
That's why he's the premier 5'8" in the competition.
That was an exceptional kick, that. Kicking it back against the grain, and I mean, if he was going to kick it, I would have thought he'd kick it down the right edge, but he's put the Greens right back in their own corner.
So ball comes in off the back. Lamont finds it. Lamont, he's going to go close. The Greens get behind the ball. Rockaboro, he's calling for it. There's been an indiscretion. Well, held up, I think the final call is.
Okay. I
didn't think he was
quite got to the line.
I didn't think he was at the line, but
The ticket yellow Y59 comes to the scoreboard. Claiming right, please.
what can they do here? The Hawks coming into 70 minutes of play. It's almost beyond the Greens here.
Never.
Optimism is rife in the commentary box today. Good scrum shown by the Hawks. Spits out though, comes up with it. One of the Island brothers. It was Matt. Comes back to Molina. Off the side of the boot. Tunnel outside gets it. He'll take the quick one. Goes to Ackersdyke, who gets the ball to Ishimori. Cut in half in the end. Good tackle by
Jay Strawn, and he's picked the ball up too.
Yeah, stayed on his feet in the tackle. Good experience, good technique, as Dunn takes it himself. Ishimori coming through. Logan says it's fine.
Yeah, thought there could have been a penalty there.
Snedden out there daydreaming. Gets the ball. Probably thinking about his next business venture.
I think the Greens have got to use some width here. They seem to be stretching Hamilton when they use width in their attack.
Yeah, they certainly do. Oh, flat ball. Island comes up with it. It's a pass around the knees. Oh, Fogarty.
He did well in contact though, Pat Island.
He did. Fogarty picks and drives, goes up the middle.
Great run, Sam Fogarty.
Comes in to try and take some work off the forwards. Here's Big Wendell.
Thought he was going to get that arm free then.
Fraser inside out. Milligan gets the ball. Bumps one off. Oh, he's picked up on his head there. Coming through the middle was Dart. But now Hamilton come up with it.
The Greens have got to defend and force an error here, I think, Gareth.
Paddy Kilmurray with a good touch finder. The Greens have no answer to this as Hassa throws it into himself. He's going to take the kick. Wasted opportunity there. The Hamilton chase wasn't the best.
Yeah, there was a lot of Hamilton guys still sort of on the 40 metre and the halfway line, and I thought he could have probably run that then. Asa, it ended up being probably a net gain of about 30 or 40 metres for Hamilton on the back of Kilmurray's kick.
Well, Chris Pusey coming on the field as well. Fresh legs. He had a good game in second grade. Played for the Eastern Suburbs Club in the Shute Shield this season. And he's a wrecking ball. Well, Pusey actually went viral this year with his try. He scored for East.
Did he?
He did.
I must have missed that one. Gareth?
Well, you're probably playing.
Oh.
Don't know if...
He just took the ball into contact there, though, and just couldn't quite hold on to it. So another let off for the Greens, and it'd be good if the Greens could get out of their end and put some pressure on Hamilton down in their own quarter.
Clifton with the feed. Good scrum this time by the Greens. Hassa. Molina goes straight to Strawn. He's picked up and he's driven. But gets a ball away. Mac Ray has it. He's been busy in defence, Mac Ray. Hasn't had too many opportunities with the ball, but in the second half it's been all Hamilton.
Yeah, he's a real workhorse, Mac Ray, and he was away for a few weeks, but he came back into the side a couple of weeks ago, and you've noticed the change. The team's lifted. He's certainly those little jobs that maybe weren't happening or weren't getting done while he was away. It's a luxury to have him in the side because he's a real workhorse.
Yeah, just the little chores that he gets done.
That's right.
If he was somebody's husband, he'd probably take the bins out.
Without being asked.
That's right. Put the toilet seat down, all that sort of stuff. He's a good catch, Mac Ray.
Great scrum from the Greens.
Burns pops it up. Not the best passing as Strawn tries to ignite this attack. Here's Mac Ray now. Going short side. Burns gets it to Crichton. Crichton. Oh, the ball spits out the breakdown. Clifton doesn't see it. Kilmurray kicking the ball out on the full. "73 minutes down in this Rams 2016 Premiership. Of course, go and see the guys at Rams, and your club will get a cashback offer if you take out a home loan with them, Dan.
That's terrific. I'll have to think about that, Gareth.
Being a property mogul yourself, sure you could do with that. So here's Fraser. Fraser Price. Nice run, but the game, it's been exciting. It's just hit a bit of a lull here, though.
Yeah, I think the Greens need someone like a Strawn or a Fogarty or Dan Burns, Wendell to break the line, just to get an offload and get the Greens up the other end.
Oh, that is good composure.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off by Walkling.
I think that's what they've done the last 3 times they've had the ball, just kick the ball back into the corner and make the Greens work their way out. And I suppose that's what experience does.
Yeah, definitely. They've come here with all the experience and they've put on a masterclass this second half. Winning all the territory, winning everything. The little things, Dan. The 1%ers, as you say. But the Greens, well, they win that one. As Fogarty runs into attack, gets a nice ball away. So they look good when they are passing the ball around, and they go for the kick option. I don't know if it was the right one, Dan.
Yeah,
They need to keep the ball in hand.
Yeah, I think at this end of the half and down by 17 points, I think probably they need to keep the ball in hand and work their way up the field. Well, they've got a penalty here, so let's see what we can do with it.
5 minutes remaining in the half. 30-13. A converted try will get them 10 points. This is how they love it, the Merewether Carlton side.
That's a great kick from Blake Crichton.
Well, that's his kick of the day.
Yeah, he's made a good 30 metres there, I'd say.
Ball comes in off the back and goes straight into the arms of Lamont. Oh, good tackle by Ireland, but Lamont again just keeps those legs pumping. As Ackersdyke comes around and takes another one, and again Walkling over the top. Crichton, what can he do? The ball comes back. He's under a bit of pressure. He puts the ball on the boot. Ackersdyke's there. Goes to Walkling, who'll go to Rockaboro. I don't expect him to pass. Takes on Burns, winds up, gets a pass free. Molina, second intercept of the day. Nice run, again, run down. They go to Wendell. Wendell charges onto it.
This is looking more positive from the Greens.
Well, they look good when they've got the ball and they're attacking the Greens. It's just been a great effort by the Hamilton Hawks side. As
Great
Strawn
offload
pops it
by
up.
Jay Strawn to Mac Ray.
And Mac Ray's taken over the touchline.
They're looking a lot more positive with the ball, though, Merewether. I think probably the last 3 or 4 phases were all over the gain line and all looking to offload or recycle the ball quickly.
We're coming towards a full time. We've got to award a Dust Hunthouse man of the match. I'm going to go with the halfback and try-scoring double, Ishimori.
Yeah, he's been good. He's been terrific. His distribution's been great. And then when Walkling's come on, he scored another try. So he's going really well.
Do you agree?
Absolutely.
Done. He'll get his pork knuckle then. Burns and Rockaboro having a bit of a push and shove there. He's been the best for the Greens, Burns. As is that man. He's been all over everything, young Sam Dart. That's a penalty to the Greens. So last chance here to get some points, and I guess a bit of respectability on the scoreboard.
Oh, I think they've probably played with respectability, Gareth. I think.
Well, being a numbers man, though, 30-20 looks a bit better.
Yeah. I think they've certainly deserved the respect of Hamilton today.
Well, they prove they can go with them, and at least and challenge the Hamilton Hawks. So the final series is certainly going to be a very well contested between all of the top 5 sides.
Yeah, I think a large part of the game has been execution, and I suppose Hamilton have taken their opportunities in the second half, and Merewether, I suppose, have probably wanted a bit for their execution in the line out, the scrum, and a couple of drop balls here and there, and had they gone to hand, things might be a bit different.
Well, the ball's picked off the back, a little bit scrappy, and they go towards the line, the Greens. They go again. This will be a good forwards try if they can get it. Their forwards have worked hard today, the Greens. But Hamilton, they won't want to let them in. Eddie Clifton forced to dive on the ball.
The Greens backs are lined up out wide here, and I'd like to see them get the ball just to see what they can do.
Well, Molina, he's getting in there. He's calling for it. They're set. Burns goes the short side, but it's a knock-on.
Well, that's disappointing because the Greens backs were out there wide. They were set, ready for something, and we'll die wondering now, Ruff, because they were set, ready to go with plenty of space.
plenty going on here at Hamilton Hawks. Had the barbecue over there. Don't know if it's ladies' day, but there certainly are plenty of ladies over there enjoying.
I spoke to Harry Rainbow. He's cooking the barbecue. He says they do it for 2 sponsors at every home game.
There you go. Quick tap taken by Burns. He's going to take them on. Oh, nice offload to Snedden. Snedden. The crowd goes up. He's a former Hawk. Now calling Merewether home.
A couple of those Hamilton blokes lucky not to be penalised, not rolling away there.
Yeah, definitely. And Sam Dart forced to take it in. Big Wendell's calling for it. Billy Dunn. Can he get a birthday try? Here's Big Wendell passing to Husser. Fraser Price taken down. Here's Fogarty.
I think if they come out left here, Gareth, they've probably got a big opportunity out here.
Inside ball thrown. I believe they call that a Georgie play, don't they? And here comes Molina.
Thank you.
Burns. Almost there. And you can see the little engine that could just couldn't. And that is going to be full time with Ishimori, the Dust Hunt House man of the match. And that is a very good game. The final score 30-13. Thanks for joining us, Dan Garner.
Thanks for having me, Ruff.
All good, and we'll catch you next time. Don't forget to tune in for all the semi-final action in the NPL tomorrow on Bar TV Sports. And get in the game with our broadcast partner, Top Better. And this game brought to you by Rams for the 2016 Premiership. Thanks very much, everybody. I'm Gareth Wozick, and we'll catch you next time.
Bar TV Sports would like to thank Top Better. Get in the game at topbetter.com.au. And Cornelia's Crump, the Bar TV Sports beverage of choice. And Rams Loans for supporting the 2016 NHRU Premiership.